Hello. In this session, we're going to talk about schedules and web control. Schedules simply define when a zone is occupied or unoccupied. And we do this, of course, because we want to have a different set of set points when people are in the building. So for instance, in the conference room, we want to maintain the temperature between 72 and 75 degrees when we're occupied. But when people leave, typically at night, we want to relax those set points to 55 and 85. And that's to save energy, obviously. We don't want to be heating or cooling unless it gets very, very cold or very, very hot. Now we understand that concept. What we're here to learn is, how do I define schedules and web control? And we're going to look at that right now. We're going to go to the Schedules button, go to the building. You'll notice we have no schedules defined. The reason I'm at the building level is because schedules are hierarchical in nature in web control. If I create a schedule at the Atlanta level, all of the children of Atlanta will receive that schedule. Any zone that has a set point microblock that is somehow a child of Atlanta will get the schedule. I can do the whole building with one operation, and we're going to do that right now. I'm going to add a schedule. I'm going to choose normal priority, and normal priority occupies zones. For schedule type, I'm going to choose weekly. But if I wanted to know which type I was interested in or I needed to choose, I could go to the context-sensitive help, and it would give me details on every single different type of schedule here. By choosing weekly, I'm simply telling the web control that this type of schedule will happen every week on certain days of the week. It will not be date-specific, it will be day of the week specific. And this is very powerful because by simply making one quick schedule, Monday through Friday, and downloading the entire building, I've essentially said, Monday through Friday, basically forever, don't worry about dates, occupy the building from 8 to 5. Now I could change the time by typing in the box, or I could left click on the actual graph and pull the bar over. So you saw on this 15 or 20 seconds, I've created a schedule that will occupy all of the zones with the schedule microblock in the Atlanta building between 8 and 5, Monday through Friday. When I click OK, in the background, web control is downloading the schedule to all of the zones with a schedule microblock in it. And now my building has defined occupied times. Suppose that next Friday, we had a holiday. No one's going to be in the building. Well, I don't want to waste energy during that time. I want those zones to be unoccupied. So again, at the building level, because we're hierarchical in nature, I'm going to click Add. I'm going to choose Holiday, and Holiday takes precedence over normal schedules and unoccupies the zone. I'm not going to choose Weekly. I'm going to choose Date, because it's a specific date. And I'll call it Friday Holiday. And I can either type the date in here, or I could choose using that calendar control. And now on the 28th of September 2007, I will be occupied during these times, basically the entire day. This would work, but I'm just going to go ahead and show you that by changing it, I can manipulate that schedule time. So again, when I click OK, this schedule is being downloaded to the entire Atlanta building, telling it, listen, even though we're normally occupied from 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, on this particular Friday, no one's going to be there. Now, what if I wanted to know sort of an overview of what my schedules were going to do to the building? I could go to the View tab here, and I can see Monday through Friday, from 8 o'clock till 5 o'clock, I'm occupied. And notice that the white means occupied here in the legend. What if I wanted to look what's going to happen next week? I can use these backward and forward arrows to leaf through my different weeks, and I'm going to do so. Notice now we're on the week beginning with the 28th, and we're unoccupied Friday. Well, I want to know exactly what's affecting this Friday schedule. I'm going to click it, and now I have details of the schedules exposed. So even though we have this normal schedule, daily operation, the holiday schedule is taking precedence, and the net effect is we're unoccupied all day. So we can kind of gain an overview of what's happening by looking at this graph and then get details on it by clicking on the individual days. Now, suppose on this same Friday, they were going to have a sales meeting from 2 to 4, but just in the conference room. I want to schedule that zone to be occupied from 2 to 4 despite these various schedules, but I'm not going to do it at the Atlanta area because that would affect the whole building. I'm going to go to the conference room, and I'm going to add a third type of schedule. This is an override schedule, and the override schedule takes takes precedence over the holiday schedule and reoccupies the zone. I'm going to do it on a specific date. I'm going to name it sales meeting. And this time, I'll just type the date in. It's going to be from 2 o'clock in the afternoon to 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And when I click OK this time, it's going to download the schedule only to the conference room. Now notice, I can edit this schedule by highlighting it, but I cannot edit these because they were created at a different level. See how it's ghosted out? I actually have to go back up to Atlanta to edit these because they affect the entire building. Let's see what's going to happen in our conference room next Friday. I'll click the View tab. I'll leaf forward 1 week, and I can see, yep, sure enough, on Friday, I'm only occupied from 2 to 4. Clicking this shows me the details of why. Sure, I have a normal schedule defined, and now I'm going to use a holiday to take precedence over it, but I've added an override schedule for that particular period of time. And in this way, I'm able to very easily schedule occupancy for either the entire building or specific areas of the building. Now, what's going to happen when these schedules expire on the 28th? The normal one never is because it doesn't have a date associated with it. It's every Monday through Friday. But these guys are going to expire. After the 28th, they're really not going to have any meaning. Well, we can have them automatically deleted, and this happens by default in web control. The controllers themselves out in the system that have the schedules in them will just shed them from the controller after the 28th. But web control will actually delete them. Notice I went to Configure System Settings. I'm going to go to Schedule Tasks, and web control will remove them from the system at 3:30 a.m. every night. So on the 28th at 3:30 a.m., any dated schedule for the 28th will be deleted from web control. And that keeps your schedule page from getting really cluttered. You can disable this, of course, simply by deselecting the checkbox, but there's really not a reason to do that.